What's going on, gamers? Hopefully everything's been going well in the gaming world for y'all. Besides the, Steam situation, which has been catastrophic. Oh man, the meltdowns have been crazy too, and just the excuses people are making. But let's get back to some Xbox nonsense again, right? And then, as I told people, Call of Duty coming to Switch 2 and how you cannot have exclusives. Yeah, if you didn't know, they just announced Modern Warfare 4 for the Switch 2. And yeah, you're going to be surprised what they said, how it was to get it on there. But first, let's get to this real quick. All right, Shinobi post says, previous Game Pass price hike accelerated subscription losses. Duh. What do you expect to happen? They lost millions of subs, even crashed the site at that point, and slowed growth. Yeah, who's going to do that anyways? Price cut is starting to reverse this. This is the funny thing. All right. Guys, my thing when it comes to this company, because this company is so fake and it never shows you any numbers and results unless you just see it out selling Switch 2 on VG charts, and Matt Piscatella, Christopher Dring, and Famitsu showing you sales because they're hiding them, and Sony showing you how much Forza sells on PlayStation because they don't hide sales. And hey, man, look how good this is doing, right? Not players, actual sales, right? Funny stuff. I just have to say this. But yeah, the funny thing about this company is that you say price cut is starting to reverse this. How about you show me some numbers compared to when you had 34 million, or if you said that, right, or 35 or whatever, and then when you did the price increase, say, this is the decision we made. So let me go ahead and show you the drop we had here. Honesty, right? We had this percentage drop, and we were down to this many players. But ever since we reversed the price drop, this is how many we have now. Actual numbers. Are they going to do that? No, because this company is fraudulent. You're not getting anything. Sony tells you how much PlayStation Plus members they have. Nintendo tells you about Nintendo Switch Online members. And they make intelligent decisions. I don't agree with PlayStation Plus going up, but I mean, like, they're honest with you. Microsoft tells you this, but let me tell you this, and I know this is a fact. I don't need to see the numbers. Since they made that $19.99 to $30 price increase, ever since they did that, they lost millions and millions of subs. And since she put the price back down to... not price, but put the price down to 23 or whatever it is, they have not even still come close to getting back millions and millions of more subs. They're seeing some growth back because it's cheaper, but what you lost doing that was not worth it. Which is why they have to do that. That's like Netflix losing subs. You know what I mean, though? They're way beyond this. But you kind of get what I'm saying. This is the real reality. Let me go ahead and tear down the curtain and tell you. They have a ways to go to get back to where they were before they jacked the price up. When it was at $19.99. Millions more to go. Guarantee you. Hard choices ahead for Xbox, says CEO Asha Sharma. 100%. You're dealing with a very impossible situation. You're there for AI, though, in the future. Growth slowed down and subscriber loss accelerated after the pricing and SKU changes last year. Hardware can outsell Switch 1, yeah. Said Sharma, since our price reduction, we have seen acquisitions grow and retention improve. When you say that, what do you really mean? How about give me some numbers here? Which is a good first step. You're just talking. To me, it's just blah, blah, blah. And if you saw a little bit of spike increase, even 3,000, 300,000, 400,000 more subs, let's give you even a million since then. Since you lost millions, you're going to say acquisitions grow and retention improve. Even if there was 200,000, you're going to say that, which is a good first step. But how is it a good first step when you made the decision to put yourself back 100 feet back, and now you walked forward 5 more feet from making sure to go back 100 feet? You understand this, Microsoft? Going from $19.99 to $29.99 is 100 steps back, and then reducing the price down, which it should have never been that high to begin with, and taking a first step again, or 5 steps, right, does not necessarily mean growth and retention. It just means you're trying to get back to where you were before, and you still have a long ways to go. So I'm not necessarily telling her this, but just in general, people that are looking at this as if this is supposed to be some type of like good thing. It's like, should have never happened, and you still have a ways to go to where you actually start growing again compared to that 34 million or 35 million peak that you had. We are building a stronger Xbox. How? What have you done to outsell the Switch 1 even? You still have not done that. All your results are negative. Forza was coming out whether you were there or not. You could put a dummy robot in there. They can't do much. And Forza is still releasing from Playground Games, and it still would have had the same results. You had nothing to do with that, right? So you're saying you're building a stronger Xbox. Show me that first. That takes time. That means making hard choices about what we build, where we invest, and what kind of company we need to be going forward. Okay, that's fine. And by the way, I don't really have a problem with her. I'm just not going to be brainwashed. This is part of what you are starting to see in the shift from Xbox to Xbox. So from caps lock X, lowercase BOX to caps lock Xbox. Okay, what have I seen so far? Well, lowest sales ever. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah. Van B says, shift from Xbox to caps lock Xbox. This company is so effing cringe. I have to say the same thing. I'm like, because what is this really supposed to mean, though? With all this being said, do you think Game Pass will get another price increase a few years down the line? That's an interesting question. I hope not. But you never know. I mean, you're seeing how ridiculous it's getting everywhere else. Microsoft already did what they did, but let's see what they do next when it comes to that. Because they are in a tough situation when it comes to, are they going to give you a deal? Did you see that for Forza Horizon 6? Was there any bundles? Did you get any deals with consoles? I haven't seen anything. Hard choices, aka a lot of people are going to be out of a job. That's a good way to look at it, 100%. So you see what he just said? Yeah, layoffs are actually coming. I still need to get back my profit. I just had to pay $250 million for that Activision acquisition still, and I still haven't came even close to getting my money back from the Xbox division, not the Microsoft department. You had to take the money out of that to do that. That's the problem here. Why are there multiple articles written about her saying the same stuff in different ways? That's the thing. Like I said, because there's nothing else to really do. It's just in that impossible situation. We've already talked about all the angles that could be hit in other videos, which I kind of find funny here. The only thing you could do is, like I said, improve Game Pass and improve your third-party publishing, right? Is there anything else to talk about, guys? They will simply copy PlayStation Plus, remove day one games, lower the price of each tier, add big games 6 to 12 months after release. That's your sub problem sorted. Hardware, on the other hand, is a lost cause. Yeah, there's nothing you can do about that. That's why I said that the hardware is completely done. Return back to exclusives, not going to happen because they can't afford to do that. They would kill their publishing and they would lose so much more money. And yeah, the profit margin is going to be bad. So they're never coming back from a dead hardware platform, and they know it. Yeah, of course. That's why all the AI people are there. And that's what she got the AI hiring for. Until then, talk really good to people. Treat them like sheep and all that, and make them believe all this stuff. Next subject we see right here, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 is coming to Nintendo Switch on October 23rd. Stay tuned for more information, including pre-order details coming later this summer. What did I tell you? The exclusives are not coming back. This solidifies things even more. See, they need Nintendo sales. After what happened to Call of Duty last year, they need that extra money. This solidifies the multi-platform approach here. That no, I can't just have it there. Now I need it to sell millions of copies on the Switch too. I need this publishing power. And since they monopolized, this became their biggest IP, though they didn't build that. That was built off of PlayStation and of course, and some in the 360 era and PC and all that. But you kind of get the idea here. Going down, the Modern Warfare 4 keeps full crossplay with Nintendo Switch 2. Is a huge play for the player base and could come in very handy for the franchise and the Switch. That said, God mercy on those who use Joy-Cons if they end up against PC players who game 48 hours a day. The funny thing is, it has mouse control. Have you seen those Splatoon gyro aimers? They're insane. So I don't know about that, bro. Definitely if you got 60 frames per second, right? According to Infinity Ward, getting Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 on Switch 2 was a smooth process. The Switch 2 version will support crossplay with other platforms. So we get the idea here that it's no problem, obviously, because you were running Call of Duty games the whole generation on PS4 and Xbox One. Switch 2 is way more powerful than them with DLSS. Why is this a problem? It's not a problem at all. It's absolutely even easier and better. And you're going to have handheld on the go now. And gyro aiming and all that with mouse controls. All that stuff is going to be there. You know what I mean? So get ready for that, guys. And that's why I'm saying, look at it right here. Nintendo confirmed Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 supports Joy-Con mouse controls on Switch 2. Bro, at that point, once you got your 60 frames and things are good with DLSS, it just depends on how good you are. It doesn't matter what platform you're on. So once again, we see that 10-year contract voids exclusivity for Xbox for Call of Duty. It can't happen. Halo, full PlayStation. T-shirt on at the last tournament. Disrespectful. Don't matter though. Right in front of you. Gears of War, coming to PlayStation. Fable, coming to PlayStation day one. All your franchises, State of Decay, coming to PlayStation. Call of Duty, next 10 years, still on PlayStation, and now hitting Switch 2. Here it is right here in front of you, the next big one. You cannot go back to exclusives. So what was she saying? What was the point of the hear you and all this other stuff? It doesn't really matter because you can't do it. This was the way. See, Phil Spencer was right the whole time. He knew the future. You can't afford to do it. Game Pass killed your market. You dropped the subs down on that. Now you're trying to get that back. It's not like you're making improvements realistically. Realistically, you're still steps behind from where you were before she got in office. In the Xbox world, become the CEO in Xbox, right? Realistically, it's actually worse because, like I said, now you're down to 99K sales. And Switch 1 is eating your lunch, doubling your sales. I have to keep bringing this up because I'm like, what has she done to make anything better? Talk about logos, logo changes, boot up animation sounds, hear you, talk about exclusives, flip-flop about them, but everybody else is saying day one on PlayStation. Hiring all those AI people, and then now the Amazon and the Azure AI hire again. You had like 6 AI hires, plus her being the CEO of AI. And then telling you, come on, man. And then we saw how much of AI slop was going on with Black Ops 7 last year. We saw what's going on with Halo being put on the Unreal Engine AI slop engine so they could just AI shortcut and make easy profit. But literally disrespect the entire franchise by not having multiplayer. We could have live communities with millions of people across multiple platforms for Halo 1, 2, and 3, and drop the next gen Halo. Then you got some of the most alive multiplayer communities in the industry. But no, let's cower over that and get people to focus on the microtransaction Halo coming that's going to be free to play, which I hate free to play for that reason. I got to tell the truth because it's annoying. It's like, yeah. This is the truth here. You see what I mean? So let me know what you guys think about this. As usual, all I'm hearing and seeing is talk, but I'm not seeing any improvements. You see? And this right here proves that you need those millions of sales. Because if Call of Duty even sold 3 million on the Switch in the holidays, which is massive, and it's $70, that's over 200 million. You see what I'm saying? Why would they pass that up? That's publishing power for Xbox. Or for Microsoft, because they're the ones that monopolize. So let me know what you guys think. As usual, want to become a member, please? I'd appreciate that. Leave a tip down below. Like, comment, subscribe as usual. Have a great day. Keep on gaming no matter what platform you're on. We had to get on this, y'all. Later.